Yo, if you drafted Marvin in the second round, I feel sorry for you, brother. Even so, the rookie wide receiver class this year was crazy. So I'm going to do everybody the justice of ranking every single one of them. Well, the top 7. To erase all biases, I decided to create a foolproof ranking system that goes off stats, the eye test, QB situation, and of course, aura. To make it easy to follow along, I have a scoreboard here to keep track of how many points each player has, and you will be able to see at the end who comes out on top and who comes out on the bottom. So let's get started. For you box score junkies, we're going to start with stats. This is easy and self-explanatory, so we're just going to go through. There's a couple nuances, but I'll explain those as we go. So at number 7, we have Rome Odunze. You can look at the stats there. You can see about 54 receptions, 700 yards. The touchdown production is what lands him down here at the bottom. 3 isn't just going to cut it. I feel like he definitely could have had a better statistical year. At 6, we're going to slide in Xavier Worthy. He has less yards, but he has more receptions and more touchdowns. And it seems like his plays have a little bit more impact, so we're going to give him the statistical edge here. At 5, we're going to have Marv. Now, he has a bunch of touchdowns. I think he had like 3 the first week. About 800, close to 900 yards, 62 receptions. So overall, a pretty good year, but these top 4 go crazy. And at 4, we have Broccoli Bowerson. We got to give him his credit for setting the rookie receptions at 112, almost 1,200 yards. The only place he could have been better is scoring a little bit more touchdowns, and that's what these guys in the top 3 have done. At 3, we got our boy Ladd. Now he had 1,150 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 82 receptions. So with that touchdown production and just the overall yards per game, we're going to give him the nod here at 3. Now my boy Nabers, we got him here at 2. He would be 1, but he has about 1,200 yards, 109 receptions, which is crazy. 7 touchdowns on the year. I could have made a he missed 2 games argument, but I'm a pragmatic guy. Now the clear 1 spot goes to BTJ. With 1,200, almost 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns, 87 receptions. You can't really fake those numbers, so gotta give it to him. Those LSU boys put in work. So here's a quick recap of the placement of the players for the stats round. And then we'll take a quick look at the scoreboard and we can see who's leading the pack so far. While those get tallied up, we gotta get ready for our next section in the eye test. Now with the eye test, it's very simple. What does the tape say? We aren't box score junkies. We don't have a subscription to PFF. How does it look on the field? At 7, I got Xavier Worthy just because his only aspect of his game is being fast. Now this isn't a bad thing, but being on the Chiefs really highlights this and makes it easy for him, but he's not really doing anything spectacular. At 6, I have Marv, mainly because everything he does looks like slow and belabored. Like his game reminds me of trying to like wipe chunky peanut butter on bread. I think this will pick up next year with like another year under the system, so I have hope that his tape will look better next year. At 5, I got Rome Odunze, kind of the same boat as Marv, but he still has a lot of like spectacular catch ability, and I think he gets open a little bit more often. And I'm not gonna lie, bro just needed some points. At 4, we got Ladd. Now, if you actually watch his tape, he kind of reminds me of Stephon Diggs. He cuts out of his breaks really fast and kind of accelerates to open field, which is pretty crazy to watch. I highly recommend his tape. Now, I also recommend watching Brock Bowers' tape. He's fast, he's shifty, and he's powerful, and he has like soft hands. It's pretty crazy to watch, in all honesty. I wasn't a believer, and then I was like making this video, I'm like, oh, he really is the truth. At number 2, we got BTJ. He's kind of like a wiggly Nico Collins. It's pretty interesting to watch. He plays with a lot of strength and a lot of quickness, and they find good ways to get him the ball. So he really gets to put like some of his athleticism on the field there. At number 1, I got Nabers. Just because of the speed, the spectacular catch, the explosion, it's hard to put anybody above him. Plus, he has amazing yards after the catch, so Nabers gets the nod for number 1. So this is how the eye test ranking lines up. It's fairly consistent with the statistical ranking, so maybe the numbers don't lie when it comes to the 2024 class. Looking at the scoreboard, we can see we got a tie for first place, a tie for third place, and a couple guys straggling behind there. But now we got to talk about these ass quarterbacks. So how does their QB situation kind of like dictate how they did? So basically, if you have a worse quarterback, you get more points, better quarterback, less points. So obviously we have to have Worthy at 7. Not only does he have the best quarterback in the league, he also has the best coach and team in the league. So put him at 7. Not too far off, we have Ladd here just because Herbert and Harbaugh are definitely another top duo in the league when it comes to quarterback and coach. So he's also kind of put up for success. The only caveat here is that the Chargers' run game is obviously the focal point of the offense, but that actually helps Ladd as well. So put him at 6. At 5, I got Marv. Now, Kyler's been a crackhead for the past couple of years, but he can still dot people up. And having one quarterback for the entire season is definitely an advantage that some of these other guys didn't have. So we got to put him at 5. At 4, we got the combo of Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones. This isn't the worst quarterback situation, but it's definitely not the best, especially when Mac steps into the picture. But he still made it work, and those guys actually can still deliver a pretty on-target ball at times. At 3, we got my boy Rome. Caleb Williams definitely has not lived up to the number 1 overall pick. He holds the ball too long, and he tries to play hero ball way too much. And not to mention the mess that was the Chicago Bears coaching staff. At number 2, we got Brock here. Now, I'm not even quite sure who the Raiders quarterback was at the end of the season there. I think it was Ritter or O'Connell or Gardner Minshew. Either way, that's a 3-pack of ass, and he still managed to put up big numbers behind that. At number 1, we have to go with Malik Nabers here and the Giants trifecta of just garbage juice at the quarterback position. Daniel Jones, I'm pretty sure, needs a LASIK eye surgery. Tommy DeVito lives down the street from me. And Drew Lock is living off the hype from rapping on the bench in college. So this is how the QB situation stacks up overall. I don't think there could be any disagreements with this list. So we're going to take a look at the scoreboard now. Looks like Nabers is taking a hefty lead here with BTJ and Brock on his tail as well. So we'll see how this shakes up. So we're going to go into the last category, which is aura. Now, aura is what the vibes are overall. Sorry, old heads again. Just like what brings them on the field, off the field, you know, what the IG and TikTok edits look like. At 7, we got Brock. He's a great player, but I think he also can sell me insurance, perhaps a good gutter cleaning system. Rome is pretty blah on and off the field. I think he lost aura from going from Washington. He really needs that number 1. His hair is fire though, he should highlight that more somehow. I'm not sure, but he needs to incorporate it to his general vibe a lot more. We got Ladd at 5 just because he seems like a pretty chill guy, like the chill guy meme. Like that lacrosse, frat boy kind of aura, but not the rapey kind. Now with BTJ, he already has that LSU built-in aura, and also on the field he plays with a lot of fire and confidence. I have him here at number 4 though, just because he gives wide receiver 2 energy, but maybe he can change that in the next year. I bet you're surprised that Marv is here at 3, but he got drafted off of aura in the top 4. Also, if you look at his Instagram, he looks pretty chill of a guy in all honesty. It's pretty cool. I feel like he's part of a Lil Yachty's Concrete Boat Boys. I was pleasantly surprised by this. Number 3. At number 2, we got Malik, again with the LSU built-in aura. And he has the wide receiver 1 energy BTJ doesn't, and that main character syndrome that we all love in wide receivers. He's become a leader on the Giants already, so it's hard not to put him up here. At number 1, we actually have Xavier Worthy. Now, I know this seems crazy, but if you actually look at his Instagram and what he does on the field, waviness-wise, it's hard not to put him at the top. I might be biased because I like the red Kansas City uniforms, and he kind of always pairs it with, the whiteout stuff. I rock with that, so he gets the top spot for me. And now we can see the final score rankings, the scoreboard. Looking at the players here, how they lined up. All in all, I think this is a pretty accurate ranking of the wide receiver class. Now, all these guys are great. They all will probably have even better careers than what their rookie seasons have given them. So it's just a little fun exercise to rank the year so far and rank the players in a way that people really aren't doing it. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Peace.